Welcome back to No Man's Sky, everyone. Jason here, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to refine elements in No Man's Sky like a pro. So, the first thing you're going to want to do is do some base missions because you want the large refiner. And if you don't know, how to start that up or anything like that, link up top and down below in the description to a video series about all the base building missions. Now you're going to want to do a lot of those because you'll get a lot of blueprints to create awesome things like this building I'm in and some other awesome things, the teleporter, but one of them is the large refiner. Now you're going to need a large refiner for a lot of things, but the biggest reason you want a large refiner is you do not have to refill it with any fuel at all. So unlike the small refiner, see, do I have a small refiner? I believe I do. Right there, I always have a portable refiner in my my inventory, but if you go into a portable refiner, you need a fuel to put in there, and that's going to either be condensed carbon or regular carbon. And so it works at first, but in order to really refine like a pro, you're going to want a large refiner. And then when you have the large refiner, you can actually start making recipes. And so the first thing I would suggest is just start putting things in there. Like you could do chromatic metal, and then let's just throw in some pooprite, and it'll tell you, sorry, that's not a recipe. There's a ton of recipes linked down below in the description for a list, but I mean, there's gonna be tons and tons of different things you can make by combining elements, so test it out, do all that kind of stuff. I'm showing you today how you can make awesome stuff. Now, everyone knows if you put in ferrite, you'll get, if you put ferrite dust in there, you can refine it into pure ferrite. But this number right next to the box tells you what it costs. So it says 1:1. So for every 1 ferrite dust, I will get 1 pure ferrite. So that's pretty cool, right? So it kind of tells you, hey, this is what you're going to get. So if I refine all of this, I'll get 220 pure ferrite. Awesome. Now, if you're doing some highly, intensive stuff, like, hey, I want to make some chromatic metal. You can use copper to do that, and so let's pop copper in there. It takes 2 copper, right there you see, it takes 2 copper to make 1 chromatic metal, which is okay. Not the best, but I mean, you're going to find a lot of copper in the beginning of the game, so do that. But there's other elements that do it better. So if you run into any kind of like cadmium or emerald or indium, some of the more rare materials, these ones are really cool. So for every 2 indiums, it makes 4 chromatic metal. You would think that would be 1 to 2, so every 1 would make 2, but it's not exact. It uses like 2 point something, like not 2.5. It's like something like that. So it's over 2, but it makes 4 chromatic metal. So that's a really good jump. You're getting a lot more chromatic metal per item, but you can even go better than that. So let's put that away. If you find anything that is activated, so you can find activated chromium or activated cadmium, you can find activated indium. And if you put activated indium in there, look at that, 1 to 4. So it's actually even better, 1 to 4, which is crazy. So for every 1 indium, activated indium, I get 4 chromatic metal. That's pretty awesome. But there's something even better than that. So if I leave the activated indium in there, and I grab some chromatic metal that I've already made. Oh, it doesn't work with activated. Dang it. Okay, well, scratch that. Don't listen to me on that one, you guys. Let's put some copper in there. I know that works. So if I have copper and chromatic metal, it takes 1 of each to make 4 copper. And so you're actually getting more copper than you're putting in. You're only putting 1 copper in and 1 chromatic metal in, and you're getting 4 coppers out. So this is a way you can make a ton of chromatic metal or copper, whatever you want to do. So let's do this. I'm going to only put 10 in there. We're going to test this out with 10. I'm going to show you guys how this works. So I only have 10 of each. So it should make 2, or actually it should make 40 copper. So I'm starting out with 10 of each item. Boom. So it should make 40. Yeah, you see over here, it says 40. Boom. That's how much you're going to make at the end of the process. All right. And if I put this over here, 2 to 1, I'll have 20 chromatic metal. And that's crazy. So that's actually only make 10. So you can use these arrows over here on this side to kind of differentiate. Like if you only want to make 10, you can go up. You can make 11. Or so we're only going to make 10 this time. So let's do that. Now let's pop that back over here. So we have 10 and now we have 20. So now we started out with 10 and 10. Now we have 10 extra coppers. And you can just keep doing that process over and over and over again. And you can get a whole bunch of copper, or if you need chromatic metal, it's literally self-perpetuating. You're making more minerals somehow. You're making more materials. It's crazy. Look at that. That's crazy. And you can just keep doing that over and over again. But my question is, hey, can we use some other items? So we know that activated indium doesn't work, but what about regular indium? Same thing. Boom, boom. So now it's 1 to 4, 1 to 4. So you can keep making more items. And this works for cadmium as well. So if you need cadmium for blueprint, you could just do this and make a whole bunch of cadmium. Or if you need copper, do this and make a whole bunch of copper. You just create it right off the bat. It's so crazy, guys. That's insane. I can't believe that's a weird exploit that just works. It's crazy. But yeah, and so definitely play around with it. You want to get a large refiner. If anything, just for the fact that it does not cost any materials to fuel it. It literally starts. But if you want to make one, it costs a lot. Let me show you how much it costs. When you have the recipe, you have to go over to the permanent technology because it's permanent. You can't pick it up and move it once you've planted it down. You can destroy it, but you can't pick it up and move it somewhere else. But if you want to make one, it's going to take 200 chromatic metal, 100 sodium nitrate, and 5 microprocessors. You can buy all that stuff, but you're going to need the recipe. You're going to need the blueprint before you create it. So do those base missions, guys. It pays off. So I hope you guys liked this video, this cool tips on refining. If you did, hit that like button for me. And if you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. I'm uploading episodes all the time. And I will see you guys in the next video.